They missed Draymond Green in their loss, where you're standing right now, to the Kings on Wednesday. Tonight, they face the Denver Nuggets. But with who? Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, Steph Curry's out. He stayed back in the Bay Area. He's been really sick. This will be a second straight missed game for him. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green did make the trip, and the fact that they got on the plane, I think, is notable because that shows an intent to play. Jimmy Butler questionable. He's trying to loosen his back up, which he injured in the Pacers loss recently. And then Draymond Green's probable. It's clear, like I said, him being on the trip shows those two are trying to play, but there is a late addition to the injury report. Al Horford is questionable with foot soreness.
Okay, Al Horford, a late addition now to this injury report that is already piling up here for the Golden State Warriors, who will be without Steph Curry for this game against the Denver Nuggets. Slater, thank you. We always appreciate the time. The Warriors, they have been significantly better, I mean, of course, when Steph plays than when he doesn't over the last 6 seasons, as you can see here. So the Warriors, they have a tall task tonight without Steph. They're 1-4 on the road already. Richard, how concerning is this going into their 10th game of the season?
I am not concerned about the Warriors now. I am concerned about if they end up in that 6, 7, 8 spot.
Sure.
If they have a good seed and they are healthy, they can make a serious run. If they put themselves in that tough spot of that 6, 7, 8, and you're going against Denver, you're going against OKC, I know they're confident and they got champions and they believe they can do it. But that's what I worry about now when I see them missing games and guys kind of sliding down. If they're in that spot, that's going to be difficult.
Well, I mean, we didn't expect Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond, and even Al Horford to play 82 games. I don't even expect them to play close to 70 games, right? But this is now where the stage is set for the young guys, and whether if they ready to dance or not. So I'm looking at a Jonathan Kuminga who's having a career year right now, 17.7 rebounds. Moses Moody, he's been playing exceptionally well. You have Podziemski. Like, now is those times where not only do you show it shows up for us your individual numbers, but those numbers got to have results and have results into win.
Well, on the other side, the game that the Nuggets and the Warriors played to start the season, we were on that broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That overtime game, it was absolutely electric. That's when Aaron Gordon had 51 points. They have been quietly dominating the season. It's behind Nikola Jokic, who's averaging a 24, 13, and 12 triple-double for the season. Is that the most impressive part for the Nuggets in this 5-2 start? Well, what are you looking at here, Tim?
I mean, Joker's always the most impressive part about the Nuggets, but he's playing the exact kind of basketball he wants to play. He doesn't want to have to average 30-plus points per game, right? He wants to facilitate. He wants to spread the ball around. He's trusting his teammates. He believes in his teammates. Field goal attempts down, assists up to a league-leading level. I talked to J.J. Barea, new Nuggets assistant coach. He said Joker's the best passer he's ever seen. Mi amigo Jose Juan played with Jason Kidd, played with Luka Doncic. So forget the best passing big man in NBA history. Best passer in the league, bar none right now.
Oh, he's definitely the best passer in the league. I'll push back a little bit on J. Kidd. I'll push back on a little bit. Sorry, big fella. But when I watch Jokic play and all of the things he can do, that's what makes it so difficult. But when their defense is both at an elite level, but he has more talent. He has more talent around him, so he doesn't have to do more. I think Jamal Murray, while his numbers aren't like through the roof,
but he's had a better start to the season.
He's had a much better start to the season, and he said that he wanted to come in. He worked out, and mind you, he was coming off ACL. He missed multiple years. There were so many things that kind of affected his first few years. So for him to come out and say, I want to have an elite start to the season, and he's doing it, that's one of the things that opens it up for Jokic.
Aaron Gordon been balling. On top of that,
bear down.
Their depth, right? Like, their depth. What they added, going back and get Bruce Brown, Valanciunas has been playing exceptionally well in his backup minutes. And then Tim Hardaway Jr., who don't get a lot of credit, and he's been coming in providing that space. And so, again, we're not worried about the Nuggets. They're going to continue to fly under the radar, win games, and we're going to look up in March, for early April, and they're going to be a top 4 seed.
Those are the teams that, when we talked about Golden State, how worried are we? I'm worried if Golden State has to play against them in the first round.
Sure.
I'm worried if Golden State has to play against OKC in the first round. If they're not, I'm less worried.
Worry about if they got to play Houston.
They're still having to figure out the non-Jokic minute Rubik's Cube a little bit. That's
Congratulations. They look good. But here's the thing, right? In the words of Don King, only in America do somebody like Lawrence Frank continues to get an opportunity and chance after chance after chance and continue to underdeliver and not leading this organization in the right direction. And here we are in the league where we watch this offseason. Teams are getting more athletic. Teams are getting younger. What did he go out and do? He went
Lawrence
got
Frank, the
Lawrence Frank,
president of the Clippers.
Yes, he goes out and he gets older, senior citizens. And on top of that, you have a guy who was knocking at the door last year of being an all-star, Norman Powell, who averaged 24 points. But he comes out this summer, Lawrence Frank, big old sales pitch on Bradley Beal. Oh, he could be one of the best elite defenders in the league. We got good, he's going to fit well in our offense. And he's been stinking it up. How many chances is this man going to continue to get to run an organization who, when they acquired Kawhi Leonard, was built on winning championships?
Bobby, remind us what the details of that trade were.
Yeah, it was a 3-team trade. Norm Powell went to Miami.
Right.
John Collins went to the Clippers.
Yep.
And Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson went to the Utah Jazz. And Norm Powell was in his last year's contract. And the big thing was the Clippers going to pay them? And obviously they weren't going to. And he gets shipped to Miami, and they get more size with John Collins. But that, through 9 or 10 games, has backfired on the Clippers right now, Richard.
Well, and that's what they were trying to say is like, hey, are we going to pay him all that money? Now, if I'm in Clipperland and I'm Powell, yes, you're going to pay me my money. I am a young kid. I am younger than all of your other stars. I'm going to be a future all-star when you look at Norman Powell. Yes, is he on the older side of his younger prime? But he has proven who he is. That's the scoring punch you needed when you were going to possibly miss time with Kawhi, when James Harden is a little bit older and more of a playmaker at this point. So to switch those two, John Collins, and then obviously with the idea that they were going to get Bradley Beal, I'm sorry, if you got the richest owner and there's obviously some things going on about how money is used in that organization, all I'm going to say is I'm not looking for a team-friendly deal. Pay me my money. So if that was their excuse, money, that's not about championship play.
I will say this, looking at this Clipper team through the first 2 weeks, it reminds me of a lot of the 2013 Brooklyn Nets team that I was part of, who on paper, going into the offseason, everybody predicted them to go far. And then when you start playing basketball, you look old and slow. And the one thing that the Clippers had last year was a defensive identity, ranking number 3 in defensive identity. Right now, I think they're 26.
And that was the biggest question that I asked when they went out and got all these old guys, when they re-signed James Harden, when they got Chris Paul. I said, who are going to be their elite defenders at the wing position? Yes, you have the guys done, but when you bring in this much personnel, somebody has to take a back seat, and obviously it's been him. And so, again, this is not Lawrence Frank, has the Clippers been relevant in getting regular season wins? Absolutely. But you don't go out and put up this whole campaign and what everybody was doing to get Kawhi Leonard just to win regular season
games. Are you
games.
pointing a baby hair brush at me?
Yeah, I was laying my baby hairs. I was laying my baby hairs down.
I think that health is a big piece of this, right, for the Clippers. They've been without Kawhi Leonard. He's been dealing with an ankle injury for the last couple of games, and it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to give it a go this weekend. Because at first you thought, okay, maybe he just needed a little time. He looked.
Dub Nation, we need to talk. Because what I just heard on national TV hit me like a brick. I'm not concerned about the Warriors right now. I'm concerned if they end up in the 6, 7, 8 spot. And you know what? He's right. He's completely right. That comment might hurt to hear, but it's the truth staring us in the face. Look, we're 4-1 and playing great basketball when everyone's healthy. But here we are, Steph Curry is out again dealing with an illness. That's 2 games in a row. Jimmy Butler's banged up. Horford is already on the injury report. Draymond's barely holding the glue together. And suddenly, what looked like a championship caliber squad feels like it's teetering on a dangerous edge. Let's be real. The West is a bloodbath. If we slide into that 6th, 7th, or 8th seed by mid-season, you're looking at Denver in the first round. You're looking at OKC, maybe even Houston. These aren't cakewalks. These are young, fast, physical teams that will punish us if we're not 100% locked in and fully healthy. The margin for error, it's gone. And this is what gets me fired up. We're not built to be scrapping from the bottom. We are not a play-in team. Not with Steph, not with Jimmy, not with Draymond and Horford and all that championship DNA. But if this squad can't stay on the floor, if we're rotating injuries every week, that's exactly where we're headed. And nobody wants to see this team gas out before April. But hey, it's not all bad, because this is where the young blood steps in. Jonathan Kuminga, he's having a career year. Nearly 18 points, 7 boards a night, and he's playing with confidence like never before. Moses Moody, steady, smart, ready. And Podziemski, the kid has heart. This is their chance, right here, right now, to prove that when the vets are down, the future is already here. Because this isn't just about surviving a few games without Steph. This is about setting the tone for the rest of the season. Can we hold the line? Can the next generation keep us in the top 5 of the West until the core comes back full strength? That's the question. That's the challenge. So I'm not panicking yet, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm watching every box score, every injury update, every rotation. Because 1 or 2 more slips, 1 or 2 more setbacks, we're staring down a dangerous path. And y'all already know, you do not want to see this team fighting for their lives in the play-in. Not again. But what do you think, Dub Nation? Are you worried? Can the young guys keep us afloat while the stars rest up? Or is this the beginning of another injury-riddled roller coaster? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from you. Smash that like if you still believe in this squad. Hit that subscribe button if you're riding with us all season long. This is Warriors Nation News, and trust me, it's about to get real.